Look at children, in the last video class, I remember introducing the lesson transportation in plants and animals to you guys. Okay, and in this lesson, I remember telling you we are going to study about the circulation and excretion in animals. Okay, in human being and few more animals. In the same way, we are going to see about the transportation, that is circulation of food and water in the case of plant. Okay, and the food which we eat, through the food which we eat, we gain the energy. Okay, and this energy will be circulated throughout our body. Okay, only with these energy we are able to do many work. And same way, the metabolic waste, which accumulation of which will lead to poison to our body, needed to be removed. Okay, and that will be done with the help of excretory system. All this you have studied in the lower class. Okay, in 5th standard, in detail you studied about the circulatory system and the excretory system. Okay, and we are going to study about the same two systems here in this lesson also, but under different heading, namely transportation in plants and animals. Okay, so first part of our lesson, we are going to study about the circulatory system in human being. Okay, what are the components of circulatory system? Do you remember? Heart, blood and the blood vessels are the components of our circulatory system. Okay, and heart pumps the blood and the blood flows out. It moves throughout our body. It gets transported throughout our body through the blood vessel. Okay, we have three different types of blood vessels, namely arteries, veins and capillaries. Arteries carries the blood away from the heart. Veins brings blood towards the heart, and the capillaries are the connection between the arteries and the veins. Okay, and what these arteries carries? Artery carries the digested food from the small intestine. Do you remember children? We studied something called as villi in the digestion lesson. We studied that they absorb the food in the small intestine, and these absorbed food in the small intestine will get transported throughout our body. Okay, through the blood. Okay, along with the food items. Along with the digested food items, blood even carries oxygen. Oxygen will be, led by the lungs. Okay, so from the lungs, oxygen, from the small intestine, food. Okay, and from the endocrine glands, it carries the hormones. Okay, all these things will be transported throughout the body to each and every cell of our body. Okay, from head to toe, where our body is made up of millions and millions of cells. To each and every cell, food, water, oxygen, hormones and nutrients, everything will be carried out by the blood. Okay, and when after supplying, when it comes back, it removes the metabolic waste from the cell and it will take it to the kidney. Okay, the metabolic waste, that is urea, will be taken to the kidney by the blood. Okay, and this blood is composed of two parts. One is the liquid part and the other one is the solid part. Okay, and the liquid part of our blood, it is called as plasma. It is pale yellow watery substance, watery fluid, where all the blood cells are suspended in it. Okay, all the blood cells are seen mixed in it. Okay, so it is like the liquid part, it's nothing but the plasma. Okay, and if you take the solid part, it's made up of three different types of cells, namely RBC, WBC and the platelet. We have three different types of cells in our blood cell, namely WBC, RBC and the platelet. The expansion form of this is white blood corpuscles, red blood corpuscles and the platelets. Okay, and you will be wondering why our blood is red in color. Our blood is red in color because it has an iron pigment by the name hemoglobin. Okay, an iron pigment by the name hemoglobin is there in this red blood cell, because of which our blood is red in color. Okay, hemoglobin, it's nothing but iron bounded with protein. Okay, and they show affinity towards oxygen. Okay, they love oxygen, so they carry, hemoglobin carries oxygen to all the parts of our body. To each and every cell of our body, hemoglobin will carry oxygen. Okay, and without hemoglobin, oxygen cannot reach any cell. So it is when it mixes with RBC, it is when it mixes with oxygen, it is called as oxyhemoglobin. Okay, the main function of red blood cells is to carry oxygen to each and every part of our body, to each and every cell along with the food. Okay, and next cell is the WBC, that is white blood cells. The main function of white blood cells is to fight against the foreign particles. Okay, when we play, when we sit down on the ground, what happens? The microorganism try entering our body. Okay, once the microorganism enters our body, the WBC will start fighting against it. Okay, so it acts as the defense mechanism of our body. What is the work of WBC? Defense mechanism. Okay, and the third type of blood cell is called as platelet. They are the tiny little cells. Okay, and these tiny little cells plays a vital role. Okay, when we have a fall, when we fall down, or when we cut vegetables to help our mummy, what happened? By chance, we make a slit in our body, we may have a cut in our body. Okay, when or we may have a wound. So in these cases, what happens? There will be bleeding. Okay, but you'll be wondering, after certain time the bleeding will stop by itself. Okay, after 30 seconds, the bleeding time of human being, it is 30 seconds. Within 30 seconds the blood should clot. Okay, it should solidify. That it is because of a protein, namely fibrinogen, which is present in a blood, that is in a platelet. So platelet has a fiber, protein rich fiber, namely fibrinogen, which helps in the clotting of blood. Is that clear, children? Okay, in this class we studied about the blood cells. Okay, we just got introduced to the circulatory system and we studied about the blood cells. Okay, we studied about a liquid part of our body, namely what is the liquid part of our body? Plasma. Then we studied plasma. It is a pale alien color. It is the liquid part of our blood cell. And we studied all the blood cells are being suspended in it. Okay, we studied RBC, WBC and platelet. RBC, it's red in color because of hemoglobin. Okay, it carries oxygen. Then we continued with WBC. WBC fight against the disease causing microorganism, which gives defense mechanism to our body, we studied. And finally we concluded with studying about the platelet. It has a protein part, namely fibrinogen, which helps in the clotting of blood. Is that clear, children? Okay, bye.